Alright, so today we're making a washcloth with a very cool texture. And so we're going to start with an H8 crochet hook and sugar and cream, and we're using the, I don't know, a green color, kind of a light green. So we're going to start with the loop. Just twist it like this. Pull it through with your hook. Tighten it up. And make it comfortable on your hook. So we're going to start by chaining 32. We're going to start. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Oh, this string's all windy. Okay, and then we're going to do double crochets all the way across, starting at the second one from the hook. 1, 2, third one here. So yarn over, pull through the first one, through the second one, and we're going to do that all the way across. So we'll have 30 double crochets when we're done. So if you want to do this at a different size, just make sure that you have an even number of crochets across, because the pattern is going to be in multiples of 2. Unfortunately, I have a habit of pulling things too tight sometimes. Alright, so we're just going to finish this all the way to the end. I'm going to stop here, and when I'm finished getting that all the way across, we will resume the video. Hold on. Okay, so we're at the end of the line. Here's the end, and just a quick break. I wanted to kind of show the pattern. This is one I did earlier, and it's got a nice little up and down texture, kind of a weavy looking texture, and that's what we're working on today. I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so next row we're going to chain 2. That'll be our first double crochet, and then we'll flip it, and we're going to do a double crochet here, and this is your first chain. This would be your second loop. Okay, and now we're going to start the cool pattern. So to make it easy, we're going to start here. You're going to loop over. We're going to put it through here and here. This is the post of your third crochet, a double crochet of the first row. and then you're going to do the double crochet, and then we're going to do that again in the next one. Yes. Okay, so that makes it look like those two are up above. It's kind of hard to see the texture with the lighting, so it brings it up above. The next two we're going to come in behind on that post, if that shows it well enough. And then we're going to do the same with double crochet. And then we'll do that again on this next post. So we're coming in from behind. Sometimes it's easier to look at the back of it. And now we have two that look like they're behind. And then we just do this all the way across. We do two on the front post. There's two on the front post. The next one's two on the back. I know at first this is a little bit awkward. And we just keep going, two on the front. Okay, so now we're getting close to the end, and we're going to continue the pattern until we have two crochet spots left. Two more front posts. Oops, forgot the loop. Where am I at here? Okay. Okay, now the last two, we're going to just do a regular double crochet. So we're going to do one here. And then one in the space. Can't see it very well, but there it is. Right here. And that just kind of gives us a border at the end. And then that's the second row. So that's starting the texture rows. So then we're gonna chain two, and flip it, do our double crochet. That makes the two regular double crochets on the end. And now as we flipped it, you'll see that our posts are the ones that were from behind, even though, so we're going to start on the front again, putting into the post and double crochet, and doing two on the front, and then we go to the back. So you're going to be basically doing the opposite of what's on the previous row. So if it was, I just messed that up. No I didn't. Okay. Well, sometimes it kind of gets a little tricky to keep track of where you're at. Might be easier to start with a multicolored yarn because it's a little easier to see variation and where the posts are. That's just a thought. So once again, we're just doing the opposite of what's on the previous row. So this was behind, and we're bringing it up to the front. These two here are front posts. So we're going to go to the back, do the back posts. So I really like this idea for a washcloth because it gives it a lot of texture to help with the scrubbies and stuff like that. I think I've seen patterns similar to this on some of the free websites for crochet. I personally didn't go off of one of those patterns, but I'm sure there's already a pattern out there like that. Anyway, so we're just going to continue this row by row. I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me crochet an entire washcloth, but I wanted to do a couple rows so you can see how it is done. And then when we get down to the end, of course, we do the same regular double crochet here and here on the end, and then chain 2, flip it, do the same thing over and over. Always crocheting in the post opposite of the previous row. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the washcloth, and I think, let's see, for this one I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 rows. So basically just want it to be fairly square. It's not going to be perfectly square, but fairly square. And then we'll come back when I've done that. We'll do this same pattern all the way, all the rest of the rows. So a total of 15 rows, including your original row of double crochets. And then when we come back, I will show you how to do this cute ruffly border. Okay, so I have finished, and it actually turned out to be 18 rows, not 15. Oops, miscounted a little. So now we're at the end, and this is what I've got so far. Pardon my up-closedness here. Okay. So at this point, I am going to use a different color for my trim. So I'm going to use this. So then I'll have a matched set that are like opposites. Sorry. So at this point, we'll tie this off. So I'll just take a scissor and snip it off a little bit. And then I just pull it through here and pull it tight. And then when we put it in the border, that will hide the little strings on each end of your project. So, and that is the conclusion of this part. And if you want to stay tuned, I will be downloading the trim on a separate video, so that if somebody just wants to see the trim, they can just see the trim, and if someone wants to see this part, they can see this part. So yeah, so keep an eye out for the trim. It'll be coming up right after this. Thank you.